So hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to see how we can make a game object move in a fixed path using waypoints or tiny game objects which are going to be positioned in a fixed pattern. So what I have now is a plane which I just created, and I positioned it to be in front of the camera, which are rotated by 90 degrees on the x-axis. So you can go ahead and do that and catch up to me. So what we do now is I'm going to right click on your plane, go to create empty object, then rename this to road. So you can select a tag or an icon so that it gets recognized. So you can see it clearly. Let's go with something like red. For this now, we're going to duplicate this 3 more times, and then each of these will be positioned. First would be up top north, second would be in the east, and then south and west, so like a compass. And with this done, we can go ahead and create our player. So our player will just be a cube, and this cube we're going to rename this to player, and we're going to add a material so that we can differentiate it from our plane. So we're going to right click on our project panel, go into create, select material, and name this player. So for the color now, we can go ahead and set this something yellow up there. Now we can increase the metallicness and also the smoothness. So we can drag this onto the game object, and this would be okay. Right now, next we go into our project panel and create C# script. We're going to call this way. So this will be the path in which we're going to travel. We're going to define that. So let's double click this and open it up in Visual Studio. And for Visual Studio, under this class, we're going to declare a public static. We don't want this changing during the game, so it's going to be transform, and then this squarely bracket would be there because it's going to be an array containing a path. We're going to call this waypoint. Let me add an S to that, and we wouldn't be using the start because I want this to be updating, so we're going to use our update. Inside our update now, what we can do is first of all define our waypoints. So our waypoints now, it's going to be a new transform, and this is going to be a transform dot child count. And below it, we're going to create a for loop. So write for and then hit tab twice. We're going to check if this is less than our waypoint dot length, and if it is, we want to set our waypoint I want to set this equal to transform dot get child I. So what this does is it gets our path which we want to travel, that's going to be the road. So this script is going to be on our plane so that it records all those game objects under it. That is going to be the road in which our player is going to travel. So we defined it here, transform.child count, that's the number of children under the game object, that's the plane, and then for each of them I gave them a definition. So this will be easier to access once they've all been described using the for loop. We can head back into Unity. So once this is done compiling, we will create another C# script. This would be our move. So open this up also inside Visual Studio. And here we define a few variables. So we're going to write this as a float. So we're going to have a public float. I'm going to call this speed, and for now I'm going to set this to 0.5 f. Next is I'm going to create a transform. So this will be a private transform. This would be my target. Then I'm going to create an integer for my waypoint index. And by default, I'm going to set this to 0. So with this now, we're going to create a path which our GameObject is going to follow in. So let's clear this start. And inside our update, what we need to do now, the first thing will be to define our target. So our target is going to be, we're going to get way, it's the name of the script, dot waypoints. This is going to be with my waypoint index, that is. Should be way. And the next thing we're going to do is find the direction. So our direction is going to be the target position. So this will be our target dot position. Minus our current position, so that will be the transform dot position. And with this done, what we're going to do now is we're going to find a way to move towards this waypoint index. So for now it's 0, and we're going to go to type in transform dot translate. This would be in the direction. So before we continue, let's define this first of all. So this is vector 3 direction, and this should be okay now. So we've defined it. This is going to travel in our directions place. So, and then we're going to multiply this by our speed, and also multiply this by time dot delta time, so that it gets calculated well. And this, all this is going to take place in our screen dot world. So what would happen if this game object reaches its intended destination? Then it's just going to give us a null or a reference error, because it's already there and then it has no other thing to do. If we continue to look for a way to get to increase our direction or our route of movement, what we need to do now is to compare distances. So we check to see if vector 3 dot distance, so the distance will be our target dot position and our current position. So we compare these two. So if this is less than or equal to 0.5, then what we want to do is we want to increment our waypoint index. So our waypoint index, we want to add this by 1, and then below it we also want to check if the waypoint index, if this is greater than or equal to 4, because we have 4 different paths in our game, and we want to set the waypoint index, we want to set this equal to 0 once again. So long story short, we find the target, which is going to be among the waypoints which we defined inside our way. That will be our target. The direction it's going to move towards, it's inside this target's direction. So this is the short formula for finding the direction. The target position, which is the intended position, minus your current position, that will be the direction which will be headed. Then we transform or translate. So this is just a simple method inside Unity which tells it to look for a path towards this direction. That's what it does. And then this vector 3 compares distance between the target position and your current position. So it doesn't have to be your position. If you want to create also for an enemy AI or whatever it is, you might use this. And then we check to see if this is less than 0.5. Let's add F to that, and then we increase the waypoint index, so we change the target. That's a simple thing which we are doing. And then if this target is greater than what the highest target, that's 4, then we reset it to 0. So let's save this now and check out Unity. So rather than screen.world, it should be space.world. So it goes around inside our game. It's free to move. So that'll be the only error now. Let's save this. So with everything being loaded, let's drag our way onto the plane and I'll move onto the player. So there it is. Now let's play our game to make sure this is working. So we can see that our game object is finding the path and then it's moving towards the next. So this is just a simple way which you can make this happen, quick and easy. So that'll be all for our tutorial today. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if there's anything else you want to see, or if you enjoyed the video. If you will, be sure to subscribe. I hope I see you in my next video.